Sparkle and Chill. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Tonight we're going to do a whip and chat. I'm still working on, guys, we are halfway there. I reached the halfway mark, and it's all downhill from here, as they say, right? So I'm just going to work on a small section tonight. This project has taken longer than I anticipated because this size painting had started taking me just about a month prior to eye surgery and everything else. But let's get into it. Okay, we're back. I had to figure this out. I'm having to hold the tray because of the slant and the fact that I had to drag the picture down just a little bit because it was up too high for me. And I'm not ready to turn it upside down yet because it's the same height either way. So once I get this row done, then turning it upside down will make more sense. Does that make sense? So how is everybody doing? Hope you're having a good week. It is Thursday night. I'm hoping that this is going to get done and go out on Friday morning, but we shall see how much I get done and how quickly I get things edited and uploaded. And my painting's slipping. Okay, we got to do something about this. Alrighty. Let's figure this out. Okay. I do like that this is coming down lower, but let's figure out what to do to keep it from continuing to fall. Okay. Okay, you guys. I keep dropping things. It's a good thing the puppy's on the... Okay, so if I do this, I can get it. And the problem with these is I bought these and they don't really work. What I really need is something that actually fits. So I bought these, but they don't actually work with my easels too thick. It's kind of frustrating. So, and my painting keeps sliding. Let's see, I have an idea here. Let's problem solve before we... You guys, I have to clean this area. Everything is falling. It's like an avalanche of diamond painting crud. I got so much stuff going on that... Okay, so let's see if... Now this is supposed to... I worry about it making things fall. But I'm wondering... Can I get this to work? Okay, let's see. Can I get this to roll and then work on it with the roll down there? I don't know, but we're going to try. We're going to try to see if we can get it to roll and sit nice. Oh, maybe that's going to work. Hey, it's kind of bulky, kind of out there, but it might just work. Let's see. Then I've got my tray down here again. I don't know if this is going to work, guys, but we're going to try. That's the thing. I'm so used to the smaller paintings that just fit that these bigger paintings, which I know this is only a 22 by 22 inch, so it's not huge. I don't know what I'm going to do when I start doing the bigger ones. But these ones are always pose a little bit of an issue for me when they get to where I can't reach them. Okay, I think this is going to work. It's not 100% ideal, but I think it's going to work. At least till I get to the next section. So today, it's been kind of fun. Millie, I took her out and introduced her to the maintenance guy. My last dog, Sophie, she loved our maintenance guy. I mean, literally loved him. She looked forward to seeing him every morning. He was usually out when we did our morning walk. He was usually in the same area, and so she would look for him when we went out, and she'd get very disappointed if she couldn't find him. And so today I took Millie out to go and meet the maintenance guy. He had seen her before, but not up close and personal. He hadn't got to pet her yet. He'd seen her through the window. But we didn't step on the grass or anything, but I let her get down on the asphalt and see him, and she got so excited she piddled, which I was like, she hasn't done that before. I think she just got really excited, like dogs do sometimes. And I'm like, oh, don't let this become a trend. But she's only 4 months old, so, and she's exactly 4 months old today. It's her 4-month birthday. She's so good, but I've got to figure out a better barricade. I have a box blocking my diamond painting corner. I've got a bunch of diamond painting stacked up over there, and there's a box in front of that area so she can't get into it. And she's just is insisting on chewing on this box on the corner of it, and driving me a little bit crazy because I'm like, stop, and she doesn't understand what no means very well. So what painting are you guys working on? Are you working on... I'm not doing this very well. Oh gosh, it's this angle. Hey, I have an idea. I just got smart in like 2 seconds. Okay. Or maybe I just woke up. Okay, let's put this. Ooh, come off. Okay. I just had a brilliant idea. Let's turn it this way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, you guys, it took me a minute, but I figured it out. Okay. And then this is more like, okay, this is, we're good now. Yay, I figured it out. Okay. I was like, what am I going to do here? This was a good idea. Okay. So, I had a person in my comments today on a different, on one of the videos I did a little while ago on the DAC FOMO one. And she had an interesting perspective, and I liked it. Now, did I agree with 100% of it? No. And I was talking with a friend, and we were talking about this, and I'm like, I don't want to be one of those channels where you can't have an opinion that's different than mine. And you know what I mean? Where you can't vocalize what you think and have it be, you know, even if it's the complete opposite of mine. As long as we're civil and we're having conversations. And I was really pleased with the fact that the person brought her perspective to the conversation, because that's really what this is all about, right? I mean, I want it to be like we're sitting at my, you know, craft table, and we're having a conversation, although it's kind of a one-way conversation because you don't really get to put any input in until after the fact. And so it's, you know, it's good for me to hear other people's opinions. And you know what? Sometimes I actually even change my opinion when I've heard something. But something I was really happy to hear, one of the gals said, she was gonna go look to see if there were any paintings she could see that the painting finished, because she's so tired of seeing creators who just show diamond paintings but don't show anything that gets done. And I'm like, well, you'll find lots that are done. I do obviously have more unboxings than finishings, and that's because I can buy faster than I can finish them. Yeah, guilty as charged. But I do try to make sure that I am diamond painting as much as possible, being able to show finishes. And I'm not the fastest, that one went down wrong. I'm not the fastest diamond painter out there, nor do I want to be. I'm not in this to be fast. Now, so I think I mentioned in my last video how, you know, a lot of people have been jumping on the 26 bandwagon, and I'm like, no, 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 no. I am not trying to go through my stash. I have a large stash between budget kits and premium kits. I have a lot, and that's not a flex, that's just being honest. I have more than I probably should have, but I was buying with the intention of knowing that, you know, I'm not going to have the same buying power when I retire. And I've only got a couple of years till then. And I'm planning on, you know, having my little collection built up and being able to shop from my closet and not be upset that I don't have any money to spend. I still can do what I want to do without having, you know, a lot of money to do it. And so the idea of doing that just to get my stash down, I'm like, no, I'm building my stash. I've pretty much, I'm on a we need to slow that down train right now, but because I have a lot of expenses coming up. But I don't want to deplete my stash. If it takes me 2 months to do a painting, well, that's just 2 months that I have that I'm not having to, you know, worry about doing anything else, and I've still got my stash. So that's, everybody I think has a different perspective. I think some people feel guilty that they have a big stash, and I've seen some of those stashes and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot. But, you know, it's all, you know, if you have the ability to do it, if you've got money and the ability to do it, then no big deal. If you're buying it on credit, oh, please stop and just work on the ones you have, because you don't want to get yourself in debt over anything really that's not necessary. But as far as it being, you know, wrong for people to have a stash, I don't think that it is. I think everybody, the gal had said something about people, you know, buying so many and not saving them for others. Some people feel that way. Well, it's unfortunate that some people have more than others, but it's just a reality of life. You know, we live in a world that sometimes feels unfair because some people have more than other people. Trust me, I understand that more than a lot of people. I have lived on a tight budget my entire life, and I'm okay with that because, you know, it is what it is. But that being said, you know, it can get frustrating and I get it. It can get frustrating to see other people be able to afford something that we can't afford. But it's just the way it is. That's why we don't give, that's why it was a bad idea for kids to get participation trophies, because that's not reality. The reality is that there are winners and there are losers in games, and we have to learn how to do both, because we're not always going to be the winner and we're not always going to be the loser. And there are people who make way more money than other people, and there are always going to be people who make way more money than other people. You know, it just is what it is. And we kind of, you know, and honestly, it just, that's just the way it is, and it's not going to change, you know. So we have to just realize that and not be upset about it, you know. I mean, it can be frustrating, but there are things we can do about it, you know. If you're, you know, in a lower demographic financially, you work your way up by, you know, learning a skill and getting better at it. That's what I did. I mean, I worked a lot of jobs before I got into a job where I was making more than minimum wage. I worked a lot of jobs where I spent more than half my money a month on rent, you know. I spent many years doing that, and you know, you just figure your way to how you can get better at what you do, and or find different positions, figure out, you know, what's going to pay, what, you know, there are ways to get yourself into a higher pay grade, whether that's figuring out how to get some training, or you know, there's all kinds of different things. So I'm not saying that, so I guess I don't know how I got on this subject. I'm gonna get myself in trouble here. I believe everybody, that's what I love about diamond painting, honestly. If you are a person who doesn't make a ton of money, you can buy budget kits. And there are a lot of nice budget kits. And I have a few that I'm in the works on right now. And I love them. I still love budget kits. I love the Diamond Art Club kits. You know, I will admit, am I frustrated with the way things are going with them currently? Yes. But I do love their kits. They're very high quality, and that is something to be, because before, when I first started diamond painting, you guys, I never bought anything but kits on Amazon. You know, that was where I got my kits, and I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about anything. I just purchased the pictures I liked and worked on them, and that was what I did. And I didn't know anything any different, and I loved them. And then I got that first stack kit. Oh my good night. And I learned the difference between acrylic and what's that other called? My brain isn't working. Resin drills, and higher quality, everything really, from the canvas to the picture to the drill field, to all of it was better. And that doesn't mean that, you know, and so I got a little hooked, but I still like the budget kits. I have a lot of them. I plan on doing them, you know. And one of the things about diamond painting is that anybody can buy a diamond painting kit. You can spend $5 and get a really cute kit on Amazon. People buy them from places like Temu and other places like that. I'm not a Temu buyer. I've never bought anything from Temu. Once I heard that they, you know, it's a Chinese company that's collecting your data, I was like, yeah, I'm not so much into that. And I could be wrong about that, but I'm going to keep myself safe. I'm not gonna go there. I don't need to. It's just another place to drain me wallet. So I haven't done that. I do enough of that on Amazon. But yeah, I mean, diamond painting is one of those things where, you know, all the kits come with everything you need. And you can get them for as low as sometimes even less than $5. What other craft do you know of that you could go on Amazon or anywhere else and go get everything you need for what you're going to do, and be able to make a beautiful painting out of it, a beautiful picture? There aren't very many. Diamond painting is for everyone, regardless if you can afford a Diamond Art Club or not. I have said that from the beginning. When I started, one of the things I loved about it was it wasn't super expensive, and I could go and I could spend, you know, on Amazon, I could go spend, you know, $20 and get 3 or 4 kits, you know, that were cute and that came out good. Now, are they the quality of a Diamond Art Club? No. But who cares? As long as you, the biggest thing to look out for in buying the budget kits is making sure that you're doing pictures that aren't too pixelated. Meaning, if you're going to do a 30 by 40, it can't have a whole lot of busyness in it. You know, the busier it gets, the less likely it's going to look good. So you want paintings that aren't real busy, that have big pictures and, you know, things that don't have a lot of little tiny detail. I've seen people do some that had, like, there was one who, it was on one of the other, on a forum I was on Facebook, and this gal had done this one, and it was like, it was a 30 by 40, and I think it was like a bunch of Disney characters or something, and it was just awful. I felt like I would have stopped on that when the first character didn't turn out. But she finished the whole thing, and it was just awful. And it wasn't her fault it was awful. It's awful because it never should have been made to begin with, you know. And that's another thing. I think the budget kit people need to realize that they need to make paintings that actually are going to turn out, even though they're, you know, budget kits. Make them so that if it's busy like that, don't make it. Don't even make it an option, because it's not going to be good. And it doesn't help that company either, because nobody's going to buy from them again because the painting was so bad. So that's the thing that I like to point out is, if you're going to buy budget kits, buy the ones that have nice good sized pictures, so that you don't have a lot of pixelation like that. Because I've got a lot of really cute kits that I've done that are budget kits. Maybe I'll get my book out on my next video, or in a video soon, and show you the budget kits that I've done. I worry about doing that because I know that when I first started, I didn't understand about stolen art, and there are some pictures that I've done that I have since learned were not, you know, the people they didn't get permission from the artist to use their pictures. And that is frustrating to me as well, because I don't really want to endorse that. Which is why I haven't showed a lot of them, because I didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. And I guess, if anything, for the artist, when this happens and it's already been purchased, somebody's like, oh, I would just throw those out. No, I'm going to do them because I paid for them, and the damage has already been done. I don't think throwing it away is going to make it any better. That's just a waste of your money. You know, my having made a mistake when I didn't know any better is still going to have been me having made a mistake when I didn't know any better. So, okay, enough about that. Anyways, so today was a pretty long day. I've been really tired, and I'm not quite sure why, because I haven't been staying up terribly late or anything. I think it might have something to do with the little four-legged creature I brought into my house. She's actually really good. Last night, I guess there was a thunderstorm. I talked to somebody on the phone today, on one of my calls, and I mentioned something about, I guess it rained last night. He goes, where are you? And I told him where, and he goes, so you're saying, I guess it rained, did you not hear the thunderstorm? I'm like, well, I heard we were going to get thunder. He goes, we already got it. It happened in the morning. It happened overnight, or early morning, like, 5 a.m. type thing. I'm like, oh, that must be why my little one got up closer to me in the middle of the night. She got right up by my face and cuddled up with me. I didn't hear it at all. I was sleeping. But she likes to do that. Some nights she mostly likes to sleep towards the end of the bed now. All my dogs have done that. But last night, at about 4 or so this morning, she came right up to my face and curled up on my arm. Usually I have my arm up above my head. She was right up against my arm, which is fun. But so yeah, we had a thunder and lightning last night, or this morning, early morning. I didn't hear it. I guess it was quite the light show too, from what he said. It's like, wow, I kind of wish I'd have seen that. I do love to watch the lightning. I went to college in Minnesota, and man, the lightning storms there were incredible. I mean, just incredible. It is something, if you've never seen a really incredible thunder and lightning storm and you want to, gosh, any of the prairie lands I think would be good to see them at, because there's nothing in the way. It's just big sky, right? So you see the actual bolts of lightning. It's incredible. It's really incredible. I used to think, well, you know, because we would get flashes of light, but I had never really seen bolts of lightning. But you actually see the bolts of lightning in areas like that. And it's kind of incredible. It's kind of scary, too, when you think about it. It's like, dang. So we had thunder and lightning, which I missed. And it was really nice because I was getting kind of a late start this morning. I went to go water my flowers. So I'm like, oh, look, they're already wet. It rained. So I watered one of my plants that's underneath the deck that doesn't get much rainwater when it comes. And I let the others, I just was like, oh, you guys got a drink. I'll have to water you again tomorrow, but because I didn't have a ton of time. What else? I was gonna do, my next video for my beginner series is gonna be, I was thinking of storage, but I actually have a storage video, but I think I want to do one, you know, just for beginners, like the first two types I would look at if I was a beginner. So I'm working on that, and we're figuring out what I'm gonna do there. And I haven't done, I realized it today, I haven't done any kind of review, like month in review, year in review. I haven't done any of those kind of videos. I don't know why, but I haven't. I've showed what I've done, but I haven't shown all. So I'm wondering, let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in seeing, you know, what I've done this year so far, as far as diamond painting. I mean, most of them you guys have seen if you've watched my videos. I generally have done a whip and chat with them, as well as when they're done show you it all finished. But I think it would be fun to do a video that showed a bunch of finishes. I've done a few where I've just kind of showed, you know, some of what I've done, but I haven't done an actual, you know, month in review. And I'm not sure that that's something that I would start, because I forget to do it. I'd get it started and people would say, you didn't do a month in review. Yeah, I just don't always think to do it, and I don't always finish a lot in a month. Like, for a while I was working on, and I still need to work on them, but my butterfly minis and my puppy minis, I was working on those, and I was doing one of those each month, one butterfly, one puppy. I know people do a whole kit of that and call that a finish, but I just like to get something done sometimes, especially when I'm working on these bigger kits. Because I mean, I came from you know, all my kits were 30 by 40s, and then this is 55.8 centimeters by 55.8 centimeters. That's quite a bit bigger than a 30 by 40. And so they take me longer. I'm not super fast. And now with a new puppy who is being incredibly good right now, she's just sleeping on the sofa. I got lucky. She was tired. Having her not want me to be away from her, and I can't really have her. She's only 4 months old, so I kind of have to keep an eye on her when she's loose, because she is pretty much potty trained if she stays in the living room, because I've got her potty pads over by the door, over by the back door, and she'll use them, and she uses them completely. But if she's in this part of the room, it's like she forgets. She's only had 2 accidents, but they've all been over here when she wasn't close to the door. So my apartment's pretty small. Oops, those fell off. So I just keep the living room kind of gated to where she's sort of relegated to the living room, unless we go to bed, and then she's up on the bed and she can't get down. She's too little. So she doesn't get, I've got to get all my diamond paintings out from underneath the bed, because that's where a bunch of them are, and so I can't let her in the bedroom at all, just on the floor, because and there's carpet in there. There's no carpet in any other part of the house but the bedroom. And so if she has an accident on the hardwood floor, no big deal. Or on my little throw rugs, they can be washed. So I'm not too worried about it, but I don't want her to do that. So I just don't let her in there. It's a lot of work keeping up with a puppy after all these years. My Sophie was 14 when she passed away. And so a 4-month-old is very different than a sleepy 14-year-old, because Sophie mostly just slept in the last couple years of her life. She still liked to get out and go, but I mean, at night she was happy just to lay on her bed and sleep. And especially when I got into diamond painting, she had a little bed over here in the corner, or next to where I'm at, and she would just lay there while I did my diamond painting. Well, Millie's not having any of that. Although she's tired. She's over there sleeping now. So that's pretty much been my life. And my eye surgery, or procedures, or whatever you want to call them, poke you in the eye a million times. That went off good, and I'm doing well. I have my check-in on it, I think on the 23rd. I think it's on the 23rd that I go in and make sure that everything did what it was supposed to do. Hopefully that is the case, because I'd hate to have done that for no reason at all. But there's no way to really know. It doesn't really make your eyesight better, this surgery. It's not like LASIK that's, correcting something that way. It's SLT, I think is what it's called. NLT, SLT. They literally take and put 100 little slits in your eye to basically to release pressure. Because glaucoma is caused by pressure in your eyes that doesn't go down, and then it damages the eyes, can cause you to have a detached retina. All kinds of bad things can happen. So they're trying to keep me from going blind. I'm much obliged, but I'd rather not go through things that aren't going to help. Anyways, isn't this pretty? I just have really loved this. The black is kind of boring because all I'm working on is black right now. But when you get into all these colors, they're just so vibrant, and it looks so cool when you get these sections done. And I'm so excited to get this done, because this is going to be pretty amazing, I think, once it's done. And it's a gift for a friend, and I think they're going to really like it. I hope so, anyways. I'm liking it. I will say, with all the problems that have been going on, this one doesn't have any glue issues. The glue is just, at least so far, everything's been perfect. It's coming together really good. Oh, and look what showed up today. This is the Desert Rose drills from the ones that they sent me the wrong one. The wrong drills were in the package. So those came really quickly because I think that was just last week that I did that video. I'm trying to think, it was just a couple videos ago, like 9 days ago or something like that. So that's pretty good. They got them to me really fast because I literally paused my video, sent an email to DAC, and before we were done with the video, they had sent a message back that the drills were scheduled to go out the next day, and you know, that I would have them soon. It was very quick, and I was really impressed the fact that they had them so fast, and then they came quickly too. So I mean, they did exactly what they said they would do. So I'm happy. Yeah, they got a whole packet of extra drills. I don't know what I'm going to use them on, but I'll find a way to use them on some budget kits or something, change a color or something out. I love being able to do that kind of stuff. I haven't done a lot of it, but the idea of doing it is fun, you know. So I'll put this down here. All right, what color are we looking for here? That is this one. This little section came up really good. I do like, as much as I don't really like a lot of color blocking, it does go pretty quickly, especially when you've got a 5-placer, my handy dandy 5-placer. I would say it's my new favorite thing that I got. Because it really, it's, you know, I like the 4-placer, but I think my new favorite is the 5-placer. It really is, you have just the same amount of control as you have with the 4-placer, because, you know, I think most people, the reason you like a 4-placer is it's not so big like some of the big ones. You have more control, and I think the 5-placer is pretty much just a, you know, it's like a 4-placer. It really feels like the 4-placer. And there's still a lot of places that want 5 drills instead of 4, so it actually is really nice because you can put on 4 or 3 or 2. You don't have to have 5 on it every time. So it works really well. See, this time it just needs 2 right here. There we go. So I'm enjoying it. I really have liked it. And I loved the fact that it fit on the regular DAC pin, because I was looking at getting a DAC pin, another one of their premium pins, but man, it's like $20, and I was like, no, I don't need it. I might like one, but I don't need it. I'm not spending $20 on a pen. I'm just not. Yeah, I'm just not. And then you got to get the attachments. They don't come with all the attachments. I've got to clean this table. This is wax that's just kind of gotten on the table here. Okay, this one more color, and we are done. I know I kind of just rambled on, but it's been one of those nights. I wanted to get a little bit of this painting done and ramble a little bit. I know I was a little rambly tonight. I said something. I was in a meeting the other day. I'm not the most computer literate person out there. I can use a computer, and I'm okay, but I'm not like the best. And I said, one of the guys did something for me, and I'm like, I'm not as computery as you are. And he's like, is that a word? I'm like, I don't know if it's a word, but it is now. So anyway, it's kind of funny. Yeah, these colors is really cool. They just pop against the black, and I'm loving it. So we've got one more color and we will be done. I thought this was the last one, but apparently there's still a blue there. And then tomorrow I get to work on all of that. Look at all that color. I like that I figured to turn this sideways. You guys are probably yelling, you could turn it sideways. It didn't even dawn on me till just now. And I have seen people do that. I've seen people do those big, great big giant ones and have them. I don't even know how I'm going to do the large ones I've got. Guys, I've got some of these large paintings. They're huge, and I'm like, I don't even know how to begin to do them. We'll figure it out when we get there, but... And I almost... So today I happened to go check DAC for something, and the bunny and the watering can by Deborah Wingett was back in stock, and it was one of the ones that I had on my wish list. And I say had because I took it off because it's a square, but I forgot to take my alert off for it, and I had an alert in my email. I was checking my email for something, and I went and looked, and I almost bought it. And then I'm like, nope, 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 nope. That's a square, and you don't need to be buying any diamond paintings right now, so I stopped myself. But it was one that I really loved. I really think it's pretty. It's totally me, but... Uh-oh. But, no, I do not need another big square painting. I have them, and I'm not opposed to doing squares, but I am right now opposed to buying any more. Till I do some of them and really decide whether or not I really like them enough, because my first really big one is the one that I have to finish working on after this one, the French Bulldog Stained Glass by Peggy Collins. It is huge by my standards. It's not much bigger than this one, but it's still big. It's how big is it? 22 by 33, so it's 11 inches longer than this one. It's pretty big. It's pretty big, and it's square. It's square, but it's so pretty. I can't wait to do it, to get back to it. I'm about right here, I think, on it. I think I'm about right up to his chest, I think. But I had to put it away to work on Easter stuff, and then I haven't got back to it. But we will. We will get back to it when this one's done. Yeah, we will get back to it when this one is finished. I might take a detour and work on some minis and some other things, but we will get back to it. Okay, where is the switch out? Is up top. Okay. Wow. Isn't that pretty? You guys, I am in love. This painting. So we just got this little section done. I think I'm going to do that this whole way. I can do this half and then turn it around and do that one. That might be how I do the rest of the painting, actually. That's a really good idea. Really good idea. So, well, folks, it is 9:15, and I need to start winding down. Thanks for joining me. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, the analytics say that a lot of you are returning but not subscribing. So if you really like the video, subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and all it does is my content will start showing up in your feed, and you can watch it or not. It's up to you. But if you subscribed, it's really great for the channel. And I'm literally, I think, like, I'm at 400 and or 5 no 400 5 I'm at 587 or 97 subs. So I'm really close to getting to that first 1,000. I'm not quite there, but I'm almost just 400 subs away, which is pretty exciting. So if you would like to help out the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye now.